Hi, hello friends. This is your memory coach, Squadron Jayasimha, the President, World Memory Sports School for India. Welcome on board in learning scientific study and memory techniques. We are going to learn today, why do we forget? Why do we forget? You go to school, you go to college, you attend some meeting, you attend some discourse, you read a book. The content is there in the brain, but soon keep getting lost and the information is no longer there and you say, I forgot. Why does this forgetting happens? There are a lot of reasons for forgetting and we're going to learn one reason we're going to analyze, because understand one thing, there's nothing called permanent memory. There's nothing called permanent memory. Permanent memory, yeah. If I ask what is your name, you won't forget. You're a boy or a girl. Confusion is there? No. Which school did you study? Will you forget? No. Which caste are you from? Your mom's, dad's name. Will you forget? No. The few things that you remember for a long time, rest of the thing, brain has got two functions. One is to remember, second is to forget. Why this forgetting is there? I will discuss this in depth in the video course as well. We've got one video course, how to erase bad memories. I have discussed this at length, right? But one thing is, why do we forget? The thing is, first and foremost thing is, lack of interest. I don't like medicine and you ask me to study medicine, I will not remember. If I like cars, any information about cars, which new car had come into the market, the cost, how much is the mileage, the speed, when is it going to be available in India, the price including GST, you will be able to remember. You like Virat Kohli, last match, how many runs he made, you remember. I like Amitabh Bachchan, which was last movie he starred in, I remember. Means, if I have got some interest, automatically brain remembers. We love movies. If I ask you anything about movies, you remember, right? So it all depends upon interest. And many times you say, I don't remember studies. Ask this question, do you really take interest in studies? You say, why should I take interest? See, if you do physical labor, what will happen? You make 100, 200 rupees per day, 6,000 rupees per month max. But if you study, you become another Abdul Kalam, you become district magistrate, you become the best scientist, best doctor. How much money you can make? 6,000, 60,000, 6 lakhs, 60 lakhs, 6 crores, 60 crores, 600 crores. I don't know how much money you make. That means what? Physical ability, so far so good. But mental ability, there's no limitation. So you and I are human beings. We have to learn. Study not for your mom. Study not for your dad. Study not for a teacher. Study not for me. Study for yourself. If you want to become an icon, you want to become a celebrity, you want to travel a business class aeroplane, you want to be in a fast moving car, you want to live in a palatial bungalow, you want to be starring on every television and then newspaper, you want people to gather around you asking for autograph and taking a selfie, you want to become the next prime minister of the country, you want to give the Nobel Prize, then you better study. So you have to take interest, understand? So anyone who says, I forgot, check internally, are you really interested in that? If you don't have interest, automatically you forget. That's the first thing is, right? If you don't have interest, automatically you forget. Lack of interest, first thing is. Second thing is what? Disuse. What is disuse? Brain has got one formula. Use it or lose it. Anything you learn, if you are using it, brain will remember. The moment you stop using it, automatically brain forgets it. Imagine, you wanted to go to America. You learned some Java, C++, Visual Basic, COBOL, some Python course you learned. You went for visa and visa got rejected for some unknown reason. Then you know that your chance of going to America no longer there. Because one of your friends said, come, let's prepare for UPSC exam. 9 months into UPSC coaching, suddenly if I come and ask you, can you do this Python programming? What is it? Python programming. What is Python? What happened? When you were in that software coaching institute, if I would have given you anything to write to algorithm or the software programming, you would have written immediately. What happened? 9 months, you stopped writing that programming. So what happened? Already went off. Anything you learn, if you are not using it, brain will automatically forget. Disuse. Anything. Disuse. So what we should do? You have learned some skill, you have to keep using it. I've taught you some phonetic method in memory, how to remember numbers. If you are keep on trying to apply that method will be very fresh in the mind. If you are not using it, automatically forget. Disuse. I used to be working in the Air Force before. I used to repair aeroplanes, flight engineer, right? But then if you ask me repair aeroplane, I will repair. But then if you are in the aeroplane, you will not land again. What happened? Because I have not been using the skill anymore because I become memory trainer now. So anything you are not using it, automatically you tend to forget, right? For this, a different time, I'll make some other video, but understand one thing, that you have to constantly, regularly, proper intervals, you have to keep on repeating, revising, keep on using it. The cycle is 2 weeks, fortnight. Understood? Disuse. Third one is interference. You made a call to me. You said hello. I said, Ramesh, nice thing you called me. I want to tell you that tomorrow we'll go for picnic. Are you ready? I speak non-stop for next 2 minutes. Then I say, Ramesh, ठीक है, अच्छा बता, why did you call me? You say, I called you. Don't know, yaar, I didn't remember. I'll call you back again. What happened? You called me to tell me something. Even before you could open your mouth, I told something and it was an interference to your thoughts. If you have seen one movie called Bazigar of Shah Rukh Khan, you know, Bazigar, Shah Rukh Khan, he actually kills the Shilpa Shetty, and then he is in a party, and then Johnny Lever, he attends one phone call, and then Shah Rukh Khan observes that this guy is listened to that conversation. So he keeps on repeating. So, isko ne usmaro, isko, something keeps on telling. Shah Rukh Khan will come and suddenly he will disturb him. Then he will totally lose it. Means what? When you have some thought process, suddenly somebody else will come. That is works as interference. Then you will forget. Right? So whenever you have something, any thought comes, you need to make a note of it, and so that you don't forget it. Interference, you will forget. Next one is what? Something called repression. What is meant by repression? Any bad experience, anything that will cause you pain, tragedy, uncomfortable thing, your brain tends to forget. I was reading a book recently about a businessman. Whenever he used to read one article that the snow covered the whole jungle, forest, like white bed sheet, he used to forget that one passage. Then he went to psychologist, he found out that he had one twin brother, and then when he met with an accident, the twin brother, and he died, and when this business person went to see him, he was covered with that white bed sheet. So whenever he thought about that, the snow, he remembered his white brother covered that white bed sheet, and he never wanted to recollect that. Has it ever happened to you that you have gone through some bad experience? Somebody will come and try and remind you, say, just don't remind me of that. Please, I want to forget it. Has it ever happened to you? Anytime. Somebody scolded you. Sometime you got less marks. Sometime you lost one election. Right? And sometime divorce happened. Somebody died in the family. And you want to get along with your life normal routine. Suddenly somebody will come and they will try to remind you, say, please, I had enough of it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Please don't remind me of that incident. Would you say that? Means what? Anything which is tragic, painful, you tend to forget. Repression. So ask yourself, is there some incident of that kind in your life? Check that. The next one is what? Shock. Anything shock. I don't know how many movies you have seen shock. Hero, heroine, both of them are in love. And suddenly villain will come and take one stick and hit on the head of that hero. Suddenly he will lose his memory. There's one movie called Aradhana in Telugu, where the hero will totally lose his memory. So big businessman, then he becomes a shepherd, he comes to a village, he falls in love with some other girl because he forgets his whole past. And suddenly something happens, somebody will come and hit on his head, suddenly remember whole of his memory that he already had a wife and children. So you go through any shock, whether it could be physical or emotional shock, there is a reason that you might forget, right? And the last thing is drugs. Drugs means what? Not only charas, ganja, black sugar. I'm talking about any drug. You may be under, medication. You may be under medication. Maybe too many tablets you are taking, injections, you are going through some treatment, or Otherwise, you are into smoking, drinking, then memory will not be there. So you have to check physically I am okay or not, right? So if you are forgetting, you need to check what could be the reason, right? And the last reason could be that as you keep aging, automatically you tend to forget. See, your memory, as you keep aging, you tend to say, I forget. So, as you keep aging, normally the neurons will become a little more weaker. You keep on losing the memory, neurons, and automatically you will lose memory. That means what? Understand one thing. In human body, something will die, okay? Some cells will die, something will take birth, like snake, okay, right? You take out the cover, again new cover will come. Skin, right? Again new skin will come. You cut hair, new hair will come. But in brain, once cells die, new cells will not come. That's why as you keep aging, people will lose memory. Why? Because when you are a school or college going student, you learnt a lot of things because you are in the intellectual activity. But the moment you become, right, an office going person, you are into business or into profession, the learning stopped. You go and do the same thing. When somebody says, I got 20 years of experience, basically you are telling me that 1 year experience repeated next 19 years. Are you learning every day something new? New skill are you learning? If you are not learning, special related people, they think when God is going to call me, I am going to go. Why are you waiting for his call? You better go. For what? When you are there, no, you have to engage in intellectual activity. You have to keep reading. You have to keep learning some new skill, new hobby. Maybe you can learn music, you can learn new language, you can learn dance, and you can participate in the intellectual debates, you can write one book. Many things you can do. You can learn one memory course. This is not there in India. That's the problem. As you keep aging, you are not putting a brain into some work, and slowly, the neurons, you will start losing it. You will keep forgetting. If you keep using your brain like the way Abdul Kalam sir used, you too will have very good memory. So understood. So lack of interest, disuse, interference, repression, shock, drugs, and the last one is old age. Now, which category do you fall? You need to check. Other than this, there is no other reason why you forget. If you are still forgetting, see, you write back to me. Jayasimha Mind Education is the #1 memory academy in the whole country. Website jayasimha.in. We have hundreds of courses, online video courses. Learn memory, speed reading. You can mail me on my email at vijayanjai@gmail.com. 9985031777, 9985041777. You can message me, you can call me up as well. And you like our YouTube channel, I'll be more than happy to help you clarify any question that you may have, because I would love to be your partner in success, a mentor. Together we can make studies a celebration. If you are game for it, come and join us in learning few more courses. See you again. Until then, keep smiling. Bye bye. Love you all.